Well, from Abaco, we go to Grand Bahama in the second episode of our Remembering Dorian series. 3 individuals recount an unforgettable tragedy that has left them searching for closure. They share how the loss of a loved one during Hurricane Dorian has shaped their new reality and the challenges of moving forward without them. Jolanda Thompson-Everest reports.
Real events, untold stories, and lives lost. A widow, a mother, a brother, each reliving their final moments with loved ones who were swept away by Hurricane Dorian.
We've been to several hurricanes at the same location as well, and they pretty much managed through, so. But everybody's keeping contact, saying. They was contacting us and letting them know that their conditions and the condition was fair, it was okay. But as the hours go by, they saying flood became and more water be seen in the house.
Dorian came from the north side of Abaco. So we were literally just awaiting Dorian's arrival, not knowing that Dorian would have impacted the East End Island in this capacity.
I can remember that day after she dropped me home. I left some items in her car. And she left. She said, I'm going home. I said, okay. And she walked away from me. And then she came back. I was sitting at my dining table, and she came back and she said, let me kiss you just in case it's the last time you saw me. And I pushed her away. I said, why are you always talking foolishness? Because she was always cracking and whatever. And she kissed me here. And I did my hand up. I said, stop. And then she grabbed my neck and she kissed me on my lips.
And that was the last time Indra Ford saw her daughter. As the winds picked up and the flood water rised, there was an attempt to save the Daniels family.
And I managed to make it through to a friend's house over the hills. The second day we tried to come over here and make it through, but the weather was too severe and couldn't do it.
My husband was a strong swimmer. My oldest son was a strong swimmer. My 2 babies were strong swimmers. I'm not a strong swimmer, period. I'm not. Everyone had a life jacket. Everyone had a life jacket. I didn't. My husband didn't, but our kids did.
We went over the bridge to her apartment when we got on Gasolina proper. There was an inspector that was there, and I told him that, I was in search of my daughter, and he allowed us to go through.
Despite not a body in sight, these family members knew deep down what had happened, and now it was time to face their new unfolding reality.
And as I watched the ocean swallow my family, it was something that I can believe.
I still held out hope that that her body would be found. That the reality of death was there.
I didn't see no house structure, and I know my brother's home. I said, we almost passed him. And then Vince said, where's your brother's house? I said, man, they gotta be right here. We haven't seen no house. But luckily, my mind said, look in the tree. When I looked in the tree, my brother's up in the tree, clinging. So he was kind of unresponsive, because he'd been up there damn near 3 days. To find his wife about a couple of days later.
So how were you able to, of course, cope with moving on with life and then still not being able to see your daughter and give her the proper burial that she deserved? My faith in God.
This is home. He's passionate about East End on the whole. So what I did, I tried to turn a lot of my bitterness and sadness into positive things, like helping the community.
5 years gone, it's kind of hard, And sometimes it affects me, but I try to keep myself busy for not to think about it. But once I face reality, I understand that we're only here for a moment.